My name is Harold Weston. I was a professor of nutritional biochemistry for 45 years and published over 340 scientific articles. I saw my father drop dead from a heart attack at 52 and my brother at 58. What killed them wasn't bad luck. It was what they put on their plates every morning for decades. The food industry spent years telling us that fat was the enemy, but that was a deliberate, funded lie to hide the real culprit: sugar and ultra-processed foods. Today, the average American consumes more than 70 pounds of added sugar per year. That's not food, it's poison. I am 99 years old. I have outlived my father by nearly 5 decades because I learned to identify the fake food that corporations created to addict us. In this video, I'm going to show you the 8 keys to longevity and what you need to stop eating today before your body loses the ability to repair itself. The information isn't hidden, but nobody is listening. The question is, will you continue to be an industry addict, or will you choose to live the years the system is trying to steal from you? The silence in my childhood home after my father died wasn't empty. It was filled with the smell of the very breakfast that killed him. We didn't know back then. We thought we were being healthy. We followed the charts. We bought the boxes with the bright suns on them, and we trusted the men in white coats on TV. But those coats were paid for. For 45 years in the lab, I didn't just study molecules. I studied a crime scene. The American kitchen has been turned into a laboratory where you are the test subject. You aren't dying of old age at 60 or 70. You are dying of a slow-motion chemical heist. They took the fiber out, added the high fructose corn syrup in, and told you it was fortified. It's time to stop looking at labels and start looking at the motives. If a food has a commercial, it's likely not food. It's a product designed to bypass your fullness hormones and keep you reaching for the bottom of the bag until your heart gives out. In the 1960s, a group of scientists was paid the equivalent of $50,000 today by the sugar industry to point the finger at fat. This isn't a conspiracy theory. It's a historical fact published in the Journal of the American Medical Association. This single lie redirected the entire health trajectory of the United States. We stripped the fat out of yogurt, milk, and crackers, which made them taste like cardboard, so they pumped them full of sugar to fix the flavor. We became a nation of low-fat addicts who grew wider and sicker by the year. My brother followed every heart-healthy guideline issued in the 80s. He ate the margarine, the bran flakes, and the orange juice. He died at 58. He wasn't lazy. He was obedient to a lie. Your body knows how to process an avocado or a piece of steak. It has no idea what to do with a chemically altered seed oil or a synthetic sweetener. We have to unlearn 50 years of marketing before we can start healing. Think of your body like a high-performance engine. When you eat ultra-processed garbage, you aren't just putting in bad fuel. You're pouring sand into the gears. In biochemistry, we call this oxidative stress, but you can just think of it as internal rust. Sugar creates advanced glycation end products, appropriately shortened to AGEs. These molecules literally caramelize your tissues. They stiffen your arteries, cloud your eyes, and wrinkle your skin from the inside out. At 99, my skin is clearer than most men 40 years younger because I refuse to let my cells rust. The industry wants you to believe that aging is a decline into pain and pills. It isn't. Aging is supposed to be a slow ripening, not a systemic collapse. When you eat fake food, you are choosing to rust. Every time you skip the soda or the protein bar that's actually a candy bar, you are giving your cells a chance to breathe, to repair, and to turn back the clock. Why is it so hard to stop? Because the food industry employs craveability experts. They use MRI machines to see which ingredients light up the nucleus accumbens, the brain's reward center, the same way cocaine does. They look for the bliss point, that precise mathematical ratio of salt, sugar, and fat that overrides your "I'm full" signal. You think you lack willpower, but you're actually fighting a billion-dollar neurochemical trap. These foods are designed to be hyper-palatable, meaning they taste better than anything found in nature. A strawberry can't compete with a neon-colored fruit snack engineered to explode with artificial flavor. I've watched the brain chemistry of this nation change over 4 decades. We've become a population of dopamine addicts, chasing the next hit of MSG and corn syrup, while our actual nutrition plummets. To break free, you have to realize you aren't hungry. You're being triggered. The first step to longevity is reclaiming your brain from the corporations. Your gut is your second brain, housing 70% of your immune system. But the modern American diet is a scorched earth policy for your microbiome. Emulsifiers, those ingredients that keep your healthy salad dressing from separating, act like detergents in your gut, stripping away the protective mucus lining. This leads to leaky gut, where undigested food and toxins leak into your bloodstream. This is why we see a surge in autoimmune diseases, brain fog, and chronic fatigue. In my lab, we saw that a diverse gut was the #1 predictor of a long life. The centenarians I studied didn't eat probiotic supplements. They ate real fibrous plants that hadn't been touched by a pesticide. When you kill your gut bacteria with preservatives, you are killing your first line of defense against cancer and dementia. Stop treating your stomach like a trash can and start treating it like a garden. If you feed the weeds, the flowers will die. We've been taught to worry about calories, but calories are a myth. Your body is a chemical laboratory, not a calculator. The most important hormone in your body for aging is insulin. Every time you eat a refined carb, white bread, pasta, or healthy cereal, your insulin spikes to move that sugar out of your blood. Do this 5 times a day for 30 years, and your cells become deaf to insulin. This is insulin resistance. It's the root of almost every modern killer. Alzheimer's, now called type 3 diabetes, heart disease, and PCOS. At 99, my insulin levels are that of a teenager because I don't graze on carbs all day. I give my body windows of time to rest. The industry wants you to eat 6 small meals a day, so you keep buying. But your body needs the fast to clean out the cellular debris. If you want to live to 100, you have to stop keeping your insulin high. You have to tear down the wall and let your metabolism breathe again. Inflammation is supposed to be a temporary fire that heals a wound. In the average American, that fire never goes out. It's a low-grade simmer in your joints, your brain, and your heart. This inflammaging is driven by omega-6 seed oils, soybean, canola, and cottonseed oil. These are industrial lubricants that were never meant for human consumption until we figured out how to bleach and deodorize them. They are in everything: your bread, your healthy hummus, your oat milk. They are highly unstable and turn rancid the moment they hit your warm body, creating a cascade of inflammation. My father's heart attack wasn't caused by the eggs he ate. It was the vegetable oil he fried them in. We have replaced stable traditional fats with volatile industrial waste. If you want to live to see your grandkids grow up, you must banish these oils from your pantry. Go back to what your great-grandmother used. If it comes in a clear plastic bottle and looks like yellow ink, it doesn't belong in your blood. Marketing is a powerful drug. When you see fortified with vitamin D or added fiber on a box of sugary loops, your brain gives you a pass to buy it. But let's be honest. Adding a cheap synthetic spray to a processed nugget doesn't make it health food. It's like putting a Band-Aid on a gunshot wound. Your body doesn't recognize synthetic vitamins the same way it recognizes food-based nutrients. In 45 years of research, I never saw a supplement fix a bad diet. The industry uses these labels to mask the fact that they've stripped the life out of the product. They take out the magnesium, the potassium, and the natural enzymes, all of which are essential for DNA repair, and replace them with a chemical ghost. Real food doesn't need a label to tell you it's healthy. An apple doesn't have a nutrition facts panel because it isn't trying to hide anything. If the packaging has to scream about its health benefits, it's probably lying to you. Not all sugar is created equal. While glucose feeds your brain and muscles, fructose, specifically high fructose corn syrup, is a direct hit to your liver. It is the only sugar that your liver has to process, much like alcohol. This is why we are seeing an epidemic of non-alcoholic fatty liver disease in children as young as 12. They aren't drinking beer, they're drinking juice and sports drinks. Fructose doesn't trigger your fullness hormone, leptin. It actually makes you hungrier. When I looked at the autopsies of people who died young, their livers looked like they belonged to lifelong alcoholics. This is the secret the beverage industry spends millions to protect. They want you to think a calorie is a calorie, but 100 calories of fructose is a metabolic poison. At 99, I avoid anything with added fructose like the plague. It is the fastest way to age your organs and shut down your metabolism. So how do we fix this? The first key to my 99 years is the 24-hour rule. If it was created in a factory in the last 100 years, don't eat it. If your great-great-grandmother wouldn't recognize it as food, it isn't food. The second key is metabolic flexibility. Your body should be able to burn both sugar and fat. Most Americans have lost the ability to burn fat because they are constantly topping off their sugar tank. I practice time-restricted eating. I don't eat for 16 hours of the day. This allows my body to enter a state called autophagy, literally self-eating. This is when your cells go into cleanup mode, recycling old proteins and damaged mitochondria. It's the ultimate anti-aging hack, and it's completely free. The industry hates it because you can't buy nothing. But nothing is exactly what your body needs to heal. Key number 3 is the mineral foundation. We are overfed but undernourished. Our soil is depleted, and our food is empty. I focus on high mineral foods, sea salt, dark leafy greens, and organ meats. Magnesium alone is responsible for over 300 biochemical reactions, including DNA repair. If you are deficient, you age. Key number 4 is muscle as medicine. As we age, we lose muscle mass, which is our metabolic sink. Muscle is where we burn off that excess glucose. You don't need to be a bodybuilder, but you must carry something heavy. I still lift weights twice a week. Muscle sends myokines to the brain that prevent dementia. In the American sick care system, they want you weak and sedentary so you stay on the medication. I want you strong and independent. Your muscles are your insurance policy against the nursing home. Key 5 is circadian alignment. Light is a nutrient. The blue light from your phone at 10 p.m. tells your brain it's noon, which shuts down melatonin and spikes cortisol. Cortisol is the aging hormone. It breaks down muscle and stores belly fat. I watch the sunrise every morning to set my biological clock. Key 6 is hydration without chemicals. Stop drinking flavored water or zero-calorie sodas. Those artificial sweeteners destroy your gut microbiome just as fast as sugar. Your cells are 70% water. If that water is contaminated with sucralose or chlorine, your cellular communication breaks down. I drink filtered water with a pinch of Celtic salt. It sounds simple, but at 99, I can tell you, the simplest habits are the ones that save your life. Complexity is a sales tactic. Simplicity is a health strategy. Key 7 is the social core. Loneliness kills faster than smoking. In the blue zones where people live to 100, they aren't just eating beans, they are eating them with friends. The stress of isolation creates systemic inflammation that no amount of kale can fix. Connect with your tribe. Key 8, and perhaps the most important, is aggressive skepticism. Do not trust a health claim on a box. Do not trust a study funded by a cereal company. Do not trust a doctor who has 15 minutes to see you and only offers a pill. You must become the CEO of your own health. I am 99 years old because I stopped being a good patient and started being an informed scientist. Your body has an incredible capacity to repair itself, but you have to stop sabotaging it. You have to give it the raw materials it needs and remove the interference. You didn't get sick overnight, and you won't heal overnight. But in 30 days, you can reset your taste buds and your insulin sensitivity. I challenge you to do what the industry fears most. Eat nothing but single-ingredient foods for 1 month. If it has an ingredient list, don't touch it. Meat, eggs, vegetables, fruit, nuts. That's it. In 2 weeks, the brain fog will lift. In 3 weeks, your joints will stop aching. By day 30, you will realize that you weren't aging, you were just poisoned. I've seen people reverse type 2 diabetes and get off blood pressure meds just by making this one shift. The food they sell you is designed to be a slow-acting drug. Once you detox, you will never want to go back. You will finally taste a real strawberry and realize it's better than any candy bar. My father didn't have this information. My brother didn't have this information. They were victims of a system that sees human health as a secondary concern to quarterly profits. But you are standing at a crossroads. You can click away and go back to the standard American diet, heading toward the same fate of pills, procedures, and a premature end. Or you can reclaim your heritage as a long-lived, vibrant human being. I am 99 years old, and I am telling you, the view from here is beautiful. I am not a lucky survivor. I am a man who refused to be a statistic. The industry lie is that you are destined to be sick. The truth is that you are designed to be well. Choose life. Choose real food. Stop eating the poison and start living the years that were meant to be yours. What will you put on your plate tomorrow morning?